I just want to share why my family made a complete lifestyle change. We used to be very doctor dependent. My husband was in extreme pain continually. He took sometimes 6 to 9 ibuprofen a day just to get relief. He had what people call plantar fasciitis, extreme fatigue, indigestion. He used to choke a lot when he was eating. Food would get lodged in his chest where it wouldn't come up and it wouldn't go down. Um, his bones ached. Inside of his bones is the way he described it to me. We weren't sure if it was gout or what it was. He never got a diagnosis. He was just miserable. He was in such pain that he went to the doctor, and the doctors couldn't find anything wrong with him, and they tried to give him a medication that would only change the perception of his pain. It would not take the pain away. It would change the perception of his pain. And one of the side effects was brain zaps. Well, he works with heavy equipment on roofs, and he was like, I cannot take a medication that is going to cause brain zaps. That doesn't sound good and definitely not safe. And so I would try to take high fructose corn syrup out of our diet, dyes. We tried no meat. We tried no dairy. We tried to cut back sugar. We would do individual things, and he might get some relief at the time, but it was never enough to really make a final change and stick with what we were doing. And my son, who's now 13, he started blinking real heavy, and my husband, it really started standing out to us, and he was really concerned, and he was praying about it. It's like, what is wrong with my son? And we thought maybe too much TV or his eyes, he needed glasses, whatever. We weren't sure. And my husband stumbled upon this article or something about a mom who had a son who had been diagnosed with MS. And she was told by one of the nurses or somebody that she should take him off of corn. It could be a corn sensitivity. That corn sensitivity had been linked to MS. And so she took her son off the corn, and his symptoms did go away. He did not stay that way. The doctor said that that was the way he was going to be the rest of his life. And it was not so. It was the corn. And so we took our son off of the corn. He was actually eating popcorn, microwave popcorn, when he would watch those shows. And so it wasn't the TV, it was the popcorn that he was eating. But we took him off of it, and very quickly his blinking stopped. It was within just a few days, it was gone. And so we knew, okay, this corn is bad. It's very bad for him. We didn't understand why it was bad. We just were like, it's not good for him. So my husband and I kept praying, what is it? Why do we feel so bad? Why are we so tired? Why are we in so much pain? Our children are on allergy medicine. Why do we get sick all the time? And, we kind of got used to it because that's just the way everything is. You get seasonal allergies, seasonal colds, you just feel tired. We're just getting older. Those are all the things that we had heard and somewhat believed. But the Lord led my husband to research the food. And what we found was that in our country, it's legal to have pesticides and herbicides and all kinds of fillers and chemicals that are very toxic and harmful to our bodies. They cause cancers, diseases, on and on. And we found out that it was actually illegal in over 30 countries to raise produce and cattle, chickens, and produce food and sell it the way it is allowed in the United States. And we were like, well, what do we do? How do we eat clean? And we found that, well, number one, sugar was one of the big things that was hurting us because it was wrecking our bodies. It was wrecking our immune systems. We researched that and just found out we had way too much sugar in our diets. So we immediately cut out all sugar. We did not touch sugar for 1 year. We were just like, this is killing us. We have to stop. And the next thing we did was we found out that the easiest way to get clean food in our country was to buy foods labeled with the USDA organic label. If we couldn't grow it ourselves and know it was clean, that was the way we had to buy. So we threw everything in our pantry away. We started to look at those labels and we were just shocked at the amount of chemicals and harmful ingredients that were in those products. So we got rid of all of it and we just started fresh. We bought 1 week's worth of groceries, the spices, whatever we needed for that week. The very first meal I made was a organic grass-fed beef stew with carrots and onions and potatoes, green beans, and it was all organic. And when we ate that meal, it felt like when you're really thirsty and you drink a nice big cold glass of ice water, how you feel it go all through your body. That beef stew and that broth, I could feel it going through my body into every cell in my body. And we just made a commitment that we had to do this. We were going to do it no matter what, because we were tired of feeling the way we did. We were tired of seeing our kids sick. And so we stuck with it. We even did a parasite cleanse. We did a saltwater flush on our intestines to strip the intestinal plaque that was in our intestinal walls from all the toxins we had eaten all those years and the sugar. And we began to feel better very fast. It was within just a few months, maybe 3 months, that all of our weight and swelling went down to the point where people thought we were sick because we changed so much. And we were full of energy. We were glowing. Our skin was glowing. Our hair was shiny. We didn't have inflammation. We weren't fatigued. We weren't dependent on ibuprofen. Our children were no longer on allergy medicine. And we stuck with it. We even decided to not have any grains for the first, I believe it was 2 months, 3 months, just no grains, so that our bodies and our guts could heal from the damage that had been done by all of the toxic foods we had eaten. And we didn't have any dairy. We cut out all dairy because we wanted our bodies to heal. We were just, again, tired of feeling the way we did. And after some time went by, we began to reintroduce organic versions of grains. That was everything: rice, corn, wheat, whatever you could think of. But we still stayed away from the dairy. And we would just test it to see if we would have any reactions. And while we were still healing, the corn, even organic corn, had an immediate reaction on us. It was something to our nervous system. It would just make us, if we ate too much, the next day we'd be kind of agitated in our bodies. And to this day, if my youngest son, who's 9, if he eats too much corn, he will start blinking, even the organic corn. So we still watch that real close. Still not sure what it could be in the corn, if it's just hard to digest or if there's mold, or I really don't know. We just know that we still limit our corn. But after a year went by, we could tolerate, normal food. We found an organic cheese that was raw cheddar. It would not hurt us. We still don't drink milk. I make oat milk. The milk is, I don't know, the pasteurization or something. It just makes us very mucusy. So we just stay away from the milk. But anyway, I just wanted to share briefly of why we changed. And it's been 7 years. The only time we've gotten sick or not felt good is when we have cheated and ate more sugar than we should have, or decided, oh, let's just go to Chick-fil-A, or let's go to the cookout. It's I could count it just about on my 2 hands the amount of times in the last uh, 7 years that we've gone out to restaurants because it's just not worth it. We don't feel good afterwards. And the food in this nation is toxic. It really is. And I just encourage you to research it. If you are tired of not feeling good, if you're tired of being tired, if you're tired of hurting, I mean, it's affecting all of us so bad. I mean, from obesity to cancer to all kinds of diseases, Alzheimer's, dementia, it is wrecking our bodies. And our family is healthy. I'm 47, my husband is 50. We run circles around who we were 7 years ago. We are we are not even close to the same people. Our entire uh, bone structure, everything about us. My face used to be round. I never had cheekbones. Um, I'm stronger, and the proof is in the pudding, I guess you could say. We would never go back, and we just want you to know that it is possible for change. So I encourage you to look into it and to go all in for your family, because it really has become life or death in this country when it comes to our food choices.